Hey, it's your girl, Ice Gem, and this is just a quick update on becoming bedbound with suspected functional seizures. So it's been a little while since I made a video because I've been really unwell the last 4 weeks, just over a month. I had a lot of head injuries as a result of my functional seizures. Multiple this year. I've lost count of how many. I have multiple seizures a day. I'm still waiting neurology input. I'm currently with psychiatry with it, and at the time of filming this, I'm on lamotrigine, 100 milligrams night and 50 milligrams morning, which is working quite well, but I haven't got full control yet. I'm still having daily seizures, and normally minimum of 2 every 24 hours, which is an improvement. It is an improvement. Yeah, so I had a comment from someone on one of my shorts who mentioned they were bedbound, and I don't know if it was about the seizures or something else. But that's sort of been in my mind quite a lot while I've been bedbound. So at first I was just sleeping all the time. I always had good recovery from seizures, even when I was having 21 clusters of 3 or more a day before I was medicated or like treated for it, because I was denied treatment for quite a long time. I've had this for 5 years now. The first year, absolutely, the GP was like, there's nothing we can do. It's stress, there's nothing we can do, there's nothing we can do. Then at some point 2023, so 3 years ago, that's when it started becoming 21 clusters, 3 times or more a day. I just lose track at 3. There was one time I woke up, I'd been seizing for 45 minutes. I lost 45 minutes of time anyway. I was on my own. I live alone. So I was having a lot of head injuries and become extremely exhausted. I was in a situation that was quite draining as well. I had a few things going on that were quite draining, but I think it's the impact of head injury upon head injury upon head injury. I've always bounced back reasonably well from seizures, although I do have a prodrome, is it called, at the end? Prodrome's the beginning, isn't it? Or I forget what the end one's called. I do have trouble afterwards. I'm more sleepy, I'm more tired, I'm not with it, bad concentration, bad memory, and I stutter quite a lot and stumble over my words after I've had them. I have had one today, this morning. I think it was just a cluster of 1. I'm losing track of being able to track them. I can't track time anymore. I'm losing track of being able to count how long the cluster is, how many the cluster is. It's completely gone. So yeah, about a month ago, my body just gave up completely. And I rested in bed. I also became really afraid of head injuries. All my head injuries happen around the home. Balcony, bathroom, lounge, hallway, kitchen. Bedroom, I've had a few on the floor, but most of them most of my seizures are in bed, although I have had a couple of knocks to the head in bed. So I had post-concussive syndrome that was just going on and on and on because I kept hitting my head again. Yeah, so that started in December of last year. So what are we talking, 7 months ago? The head injuries started, and I wasn't having a head injury every day or every time I had a seizure, but they were becoming a lot, and I had a significant one when I first moved to this flat out on the balcony. Then another significant one, I fell through the open door out to the balcony. At that point I got afraid of going out on the balcony, and I don't go out there anymore. I haven't been out there. Yeah, since then, apart from briefly recently to put a few spiders out, but I'm always terrified going out there now because they were hard hits to the head. And I shared on a recent video about head injuries, although that was actually filmed a little while ago. I've only just uploaded it because I've been so unwell. About the one I had in the bathroom, which is what triggered the post-concussive syndrome. Not saying I didn't have concussions before, but I didn't have post-concussive. Yeah, so that just kept going on and on after that because I kept hitting my head. So once I was bedbound, part of it was I was afraid to be away from the bed. I didn't have the confidence to sit in the lounge anymore. this is one of the few times since then I've sat in the lounge. Obviously the setup for filming's in here, so I've not got it set up in the bedroom to do that. I felt a little bit better today. I was slowly starting to feel a little bit better, but I don't know how it's going to go. I think it's because of the recent lamotrigine increase. So yeah, I just became exhausted. I was just sleeping day and night, which really messed up my sleep pattern. So my sleep pattern became broken, where I was sleeping in the afternoon, awake in the very early mornings, and it was getting earlier and earlier and earlier, until it was eventually 11:30 the day before I was waking up each day, and then passing out about 2:30 in the afternoon. Which didn't really matter at the time, but it's starting to matter at the minute. We're in a heat wave at the moment. It has eased off a little bit the last couple of days. That really affects my seizures, and I got heat stroke during that. I think I'll do a separate video about that. Yeah. Social services. I was assessed for carers by social services, but this area, it would be £144 a week for 3 hours, a domestic, and just twice a week to help me with the washing up and cooking. So there's a few jobs I really struggle to do. Washing up, cooking, which is just really simple cooking at the moment, and taking the rubbish out. All other cleaning has become near impossible, although the last few days things have picked up with that. I've been able to go out again, and yeah, hopefully things are getting a bit better, but I don't actually know. So if I don't make a video for a long time, it's probably my health. It's made me realise I need to make the bedroom, so I couldn't afford the carers, I couldn't afford the carers. Even though they assessed me, I couldn't afford it. Occupational therapy assessed me, so there's nothing they can do to make the bathroom more safe for head injuries. So both of them things were a complete wash. Both of them were the county council here. I won't say which one, but nothing's funded anyway by them. So it's all pointless because I haven't got the money, I can't work. I have constant seizures, I can't work. I can barely leave the house, although I'm going to try and work on that if I feel better, because there's something I need to do to go out of the house for. Yeah, there's not a lot to report. I thought this video would be a bit more in depth. I suppose just to say, because I was just laying in bed all the time. I got like a hospital type table to put next to the bed, but I need like different pillows, different bolsters, like an armchair in there. Like I can have like a seizure safe armchair that I can just rest in. I think if I had those things, I would be able to do a little bit more from bed, because everything's falling by the by. The bills, the paperwork, my medical appointments. I've just gone to a medical appointment last Friday for the first time in that month. All other medical appointments have had to be cancelled, including a surgery. So I've just been stuck in the house, and I had an emergency medical need that I couldn't go out and go to the hospital for. But I will share about that in the other video. That's regarding the heat exhaustion, heat stroke topic, and the heat wave. Yeah, so I've just been sleeping, I've been in bed, I've been really unwell. But hopefully things are getting a bit better. I wanted to update the channel a little bit on that, just to say that it has progressed, my seizures. I'm having less seizures, but the impact of it afterwards has progressed. Now I don't bounce back from a seizure. I have slept in between filming this and the seizures I had this morning. Yeah, my body's just like giving out now. I just need a lot of sleep all the time, a lot of rest. Even if I'm not sleeping, I need to be laid down. Like, it's tiring to sit up. I've only been sitting here a few minutes and I'm like getting exhausted and tired. I think I'm going to leave it there. Just to say, if there's anyone who watches my channel or watching this who's experiencing seizures, head injuries, or illness that's made them bedbound, please feel free to comment, and we can connect a little bit maybe. Because, yeah, I feel like I was so isolated during that. YouTube was one of the things that kept me like connected to people, even though it was like pseudo-social. You know, it's very, very lonely being bedbound. I've got someone who visits sometimes, but other than that, that's it really. A phone call a day. I visit maybe once or twice a week. There's been a couple of weeks during that where there was no visits because of the heat and it being too hot for them to travel. Yeah, so if you've made it to this point of the video, please hit like because my algorithm really needs help on this platform. If you could subscribe if you're interested in the subject matter or you want to see more videos. I've got a lot of different health related videos and a lot of different videos generally. And yeah, if you've got any feelings about it or anything you want to comment, anything you want to share, your experiences or anything like that, then that'd be great as well. It really helps out if you do that to help the algorithm because I'm really struggling at the minute, which you can probably see by looking at the views and the subscriber numbers. Okay, so that's me for today. Thanks so much for watching and peace be with you. Bye.